Namaste students. Myself Dr. Kundan Mishra, Assistant Professor, Department of Agattantra and Vidhi Vaidika, Jyoti Vidyapith Women's University, Jaipur. Students, we already completed the topic of metal toxicities into the last lecture. From today's lecture, we start the agricultural poison. First agricultural poison we are studying is organophosphorus. It is first used as the agricultural insecticide and later as the potential chemical warfare agents. These are normally esters, thioesters, or acid anhydride derivative of phosphorus containing acids. There are more than 100 organophosphorus pesticides used worldwide. The majority are dimethyl phosphoryl or diethyl phosphoryl compounds. Nerve gas containing tabun, sarin, and soman are highly potent synthetic agent of this group, tabin, sarin, and soman. Then common dimethyl and diethyl phosphoryl compounds, which are dimethyl organophosphorus compounds are parathion, digenone, chlorpyrifos, dichlorphenthone, and comephos. Then diethyl organophosphorus compounds are methyl parathion, dichlorvos, dimethoate, malathion, and phenthone. Then mechanism of action. Organophosphorus compounds phosphonylate the active site of acetylcholine esterase, inactivating the enzyme, leading to accumulation of acetylcholine in cholinergic synapse. Spontaneous hydrolysis of the organophosphorus enzyme complex allows the reactivation of the enzyme. Acetylcholine esterase dimethyl organophosphorus compounds spontaneously reactivate in less than 1 day. Acetylcholine esterase diethyl organophosphorus complex may take several days, and re-inhibition of the newly activated enzyme can occur significantly. In spontaneous reactivation can be hastened by adding nucleophilic reagent like oximes, liberating more active enzymes. Loss of chemical group from open enzyme complex prevents further enzyme reactivation, a process termed as aging. After aging has takes place, new enzyme need to be synthesized before the function can be restored. Then sign and symptoms of organophosphorus poisoning. 4 clinical symptoms have been described in such poisoning. First of all, acute cholinergic syndrome, which are the most common for the organophosphorus poisoning. Then subacute proximal weakness, which are intermediate symptoms. Then organophosphate induced delayed neuropathy. And fourth are the chronic organophosphate induced neuropsychiatric disorder. First of all, we studied the acute cholinergic crisis. First of all, this shows muscarinic effects, which includes cardiovascular symptoms like bradycardia and hypotension. The respiratory symptoms are rhinorrhea, bronchorrhea, bronchospasm, cough, and severe respiratory distress. The gastrointestinal symptoms of such poisoning are hypersalivation, nausea and vomiting, abdominal pain, diarrhea, and fecal incontinence. Then genitourinary symptoms including incontinence. Then ocular symptoms like blood vision and miosis are also produced in such poisoning. Then glands involving such poisoning increases the lacrimation and diaphoresis. Then nicotinic effect include muscular fasciculations, cramping, weakness, diaphragmatic failure, hypertension, tachycardia, mydriasis, and pallor. Then central nervous system effects including anxiety, emotional liability, restlessness, confusion, ataxia, tremors, seizures, and coma. Then intermediate syndromes. These are usually occurs in 24 to 96 hours after the ingestion of an organophosphorus compound. After an initial cholinergic crisis, but before the expected onset of delayed polyneuropathy. Approximately 10 to 40% of patients treated for acute poisoning develop this illness. It characterized by prominent weakness of neck flexor, muscle of respiration, and proximal limb muscles. They mostly seen in Phantheon, dimethoate, and monocrotophos poisoning. Then muscle weakness maybe last up to 5 to 14 days. The condition regresses slowly if respiratory support is available. The exact pathogenesis is unclear. The proposed mechanisms, including persistent inhibition of acetylcholinesterase leading to functional paralysis of neuromuscular transmission, muscle necrosis, and oxidative free radical damage to the receptors. Then delayed polyneuropathy. It is an uncommon consequence of severe intoxication or intermittent and chronic contact with organophosphorus pesticides, as in occupational exposure. It is due to inhibition of neuropathy target esterase enzyme in nervous tissue by certain organophosphorus compounds. It often unrecognized in the human. Distal symmetric sensory motor polyneuropathy, which leads to the symptoms of distal weakness, paresthesia, ataxia, diminished or absent reflexes. Then symptoms usually begins 2 to 5 weeks after exposure and may last for the years. Then organophosphorus pesticides can also cause chronic neurotoxicity and behavioral impairment in some patients. Then diagnosis, the history and clinical features. Here the history of ingestion and availability of bottles which are present for such type of poisoning. Then typical clinical symptoms and signs is to diagnose the organophosphorus poisoning. The characteristic petroleum or garlic-like odor which may be helpful in establishing the diagnosis. Then atropine challenges. If doubt exists, a trial of 1 mg atropine in adult may be employed. Also 0.01 to 0.02 mg per kg dose given to children. Then absence of sign and symptoms of anticholinergic effects following atropine challenge strongly supports the diagnosis of poisoning with an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. If pulse rate goes up by 25 per minute or skin flushing develop, the patient has mild or no toxicity. Then RBC acetylcholinesterase. The direct measurement of RBC acetylcholinesterase activity provides the measure of degree of toxicity. The test is not usually available. Then plasma cholinesterase activity. It is more easily performed and does not correlate well with severity of poisoning. It should not be used to guide the therapy. Acetylcholinesterase and plasma cholinesterase activity can fall to about 80% of normal before any symptoms occurs and drop to 40% of normal before the symptoms become severe. Then chemical analysis of vomitus or gastric aspiration. It may identify the poison. Chemical analysis may also be particularly important in the case of self-poisoning. then using multiple compounds. Thus, after gastric lavage or vomiting, the aspirate or vomitus should be preserved. Then grading of severity of poisoning. It depends on the clinical grading, that is the paradynia organophosphorus score, and biochemical grading. First off, paradynia organophosphorus score. Here the following type of scoring should be given for the determination of poisoning. Okay. Here the first parameter is pupil size. If the pupil size is more than 2 millimeter or equal to 2 millimeter, then score is 0. But if less than 2 millimeter, the score is 1. While the pinpoint pupil size given score 2. The respiratory rate less than 20 per minute, given the score 0. If it is more than or equal to 20 per minute, given score 1. And the score and the respiratory rate is more than 20 per minute with central cyanosis, given the score 2. If the heart rate is more than 60 per minute, is given the score 0. While if the heart rate is about 41 to 60 per minute, it given the score 1. While the heart rate is less than 40 per minute, given the score 2. The fasciculation is not seen, then the score is 0. If fasciculation is present and generally continuous, the score is given 1. While the fasciculation both generalized and continuous, the score given is 2. Then after level of consciousness, if there is consciousness and rationale present in patient, the score is 0. While if there is impaired response of verbal command, then the score of level of consciousness is 1. While there is no response to verbal command, the score become 2. If there is seizures absent, then the score become 0. While if there is seizure present, then score become 1. The scoring of 0 to 3 leads to the mild poisoning. If there is scoring between 4 to 7, then it leads to the moderate poisoning. If there is scoring between 8 to 11, then we can understand that is severe poisoning. Okay. Then biochemical grading. The red cell cholinesterase activity percentage given as per the gradations to determine the biochemical activity. If there is a red cell cholinesterase activity is between 20 to 15%, then mild toxicity. While if it is 10 to 20%, then moderate toxicity, and if it is less than 10%, then severe toxicity can be estimated. Then treatment. The general measures of the organophosphorus poisoning are rapid initial access of the airway, breathing and circulation is essential. Then comatose or vomiting patient should be kept in lateral, preferably head down position with neck extension to reduce the risk of aspiration. Then airway should be secured with the proper positioning, placement of the Gudel's airway, in which the endotracheal intubation, frequent suctioning. Then oxygen cloth should be removed and the skin vigorously washed with the soap and water. Then after gastric lavage should be given. It may help to reduce the absorption of the ingested poison and should be considered in the patient presenting within 1 to 2 hours of ingestion of the poison. The risk of gastric lavage include aspiration, hypoxia, and laryngeal spasm. Then treatment of acute toxicity. Here first of all, atropine, which is specific antidote of organophosphorus compound. It is given at the dose of 2 to 5 mg IV bolus. Okay. In children about 0.05 mg per kg IV, each ampoule containing 0.6 mg of atropine. Check three things after 5 minutes, that is pulse, blood pressure and chest crackers. Then aim of heart rate should be more than 80 beat per minute and systolic blood pressure is more than 80 mm of Hg and clear chest. Atropine won't drive the focal area of the aspiration. Then double the atropine dose every 5 minutes if you have not achieved this objective. Then review the patient every 5 minutes. Once these parameters start improving, repeat the last same or smaller dose of the atropine. If improvement in these parameters is persistent and satisfactory after 5 minutes, now you can plan for atropine infusion. Target endpoint for the atropine therapy. Here the heart rate should be more than 80 per minute, dilated pupils, dry axilla, systolic blood pressure more than 80 mm of Hg, clear chest with the absence of wheeze. Then when the patient achieves most of the, that is at least 4 out of these 5 criteria, the target endpoint of the atropine therapy, that is fully atropinized as intravenous infusion, is set up to maintain the therapeutic effect of atropine. Use of 20% of initial atropinization dose per hour for first 48 hours and gradually taper over 5 to 10 days continuously, monitoring the adequacy of the therapy. Then atropine toxicity can result in agitation, confusion, hypothermia, and severe tachycardia. It can precipitate to ischemic events in the patient with underlying coronary artery disease. Then management of the atropine toxicity. Here first of all stop the atropine infusion, then check again after 30 minutes to see whether the features of toxicity have been settled or not. If not, then continue to review every 30 minutes or so. When they do settle, restart for 70 to 80% of previous rate. The patient should then be seen frequently to ensure that the new infusion rate has reduced the sign of atropine toxicity without permitting the reappearance of cholinergic signs. Then pralidoxime. It is recommended in patients with evidence of cholinergic toxicity in the patients with organophosphorus poisoning. It is also called as PALM, which is not recommended for poisoning due to carbamate poisoning. The standard recommended dose of PALM is 2 gram. In children 25 to 50 mg per kg. It is given in IV dose over 30 minutes with continuous infusion at 8 mg per kg per hour in adult, while in children 10 to 20 mg per kg per hour. The alternate dose, that is 1 gram of bolus followed by 0.5 to 1 gram 6 to 8 hourly in the adult patient and can be continued as per the severity of poison. Then pralidoxime should not be administered without concurrent atropine to prevent worsening symptoms due to transient oximes induced acetylcholinesterase inhibition. Even the bolus dose of PALM is administered slowly. A fast infusion can cause vomiting, hypertension, cardiac arrhythmia, or cardiac arrest. Then giving fluid or IV fluid channel. 2 IV drip should be set up. One for fluid and drug given 500 to 1000 mg, that is 100 to 10 to 20 mg per kg of normal saline, and the other is atropine. Then benzodiazepine therapy. It includes diazepam 0.1 to 0.2 mg per kg IV and repeated as necessary if seizures occurs. The early use of diazepam may reduce the morbidity and mortality of the poison. Causes of death in organophosphorus poisoning. The immediate death due to seizures and complex ventricular arrhythmia. The death within 24 hours are due to acute cholinergic crisis in untreated severe cases and respiratory failure. If there is death within 10 days of the poisoning, that it is due to intermediate syndrome. And late death due to secondary to the ventricular arrhythmia, including torsades de pointes, which may occur up to 15 days after acute intoxication. Thank you, students. Today we are completed the concept of organophosphorus poisoning. In next lecture, we are studying the organocolloid poisoning. Thank you.